pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Throwing, Jones. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and it'll be Titan football. Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll make this a second down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Taking it about the 16. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now Jones. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
They're going to look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Chris Barnes. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Buccaneers 7, Titans nothing. Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They are, for the moment, the best team in football, 9-0 entering play here. And, Charles, I don't know if we'd call them a surprise 9-0, but the way that they have been winning definitely opened up a lot of eyes around the NFL.
Well, what we've seen from them so far this season, you can't stop them on offense. You can't score on them on defense. So, to me, if you're going to play against them, you have to bring your best game and hope they throw a clunker in that day to give yourself a chance.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Quinn Miners, 3rd-round pick in 2021, called for the penalty.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Hey, let's go, calm the crowd.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Caleb Farley there on the tackle.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Looking to throw. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They go play action here on first down. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
They'll look to throw again. Flushed out right. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Now they try the right side here. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And to give this time to the tailback. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming.
A gain of 4 brings up 4th down and 1.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
He'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2? Win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Jones now to throw on 3rd down. Nifty move. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
And they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Looking to throw. Jones being chased out left. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, a nice spin. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now, into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and playing. Can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter if it's a weak team you're playing or not. Look, when I talk with one of the best golfers of all time, he told me he never played against the field. He just played against himself and his own standard.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. The throw over the middle taken in. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Watch the safety creep.
They'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got a down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down.
And how nice is it for him to know that when he gets outside the pocket, he's got a reliable tight end he can go to. So he's able to look his way, find his big target, and set up 1st and goal.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. 2nd and 5. This is caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Come on, baby.
A great play there. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here's Harris to return it. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
They run the counter now on 1st down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete. Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs?
And this is taken in at the 5. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw. Jones to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to let this one go deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play that time for the Titans. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
And to give this time to the tailback.
And the tackle there by Chris Barnes.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 13-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
60 Eagle. Let's go. 51.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he will have a Titans first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Flush to his right. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. Back to throw here. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Tucker with the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Here's Harris to return it. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Buying time to his left. That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
That result, really no surprise. That's what we're coming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Is this bringing back a few memories? Maybe the 85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about the late 60s, early 70s Purple People Eaters, the Minnesota Vikings? Hard to move the ball against those types of teams.
First down, Buccaneers.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Big Lion. Kill, turn up.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw. Jones. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Back to throw. Jones. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Titans are going to get the football here at their own 23.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. That catch good for only a couple.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Hustle, hustle.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Steps away to his left.
And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be second down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. And Nelson's got it here right side.
Come on.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
19 tight.
Now on 2nd and 13, Jones. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started. Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
A big one coming now for the kicker, Zane Gonzalez. This to break our fourth quarter tie. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down.
This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first three quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
There he goes left side. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there on the catch and run.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
They'll look to throw here. Flushed out, under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd and goal now in a 1-score game.
70 Lions. Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey. Go.
They'll try to run this one in, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Titans are going to retake the lead. They do tack on the extra point as well, and that will make this a 4-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
3 buzz.
Jones. That's caught. Waddle on the left side.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Let's go now. 70, 10 more. Pick up the ball. Go.
Now Jones. Oh, and Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off at the 33. And the Titans have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And they take a knee. So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Now back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.